Welcome to another episode of Ship War, my review of the perks of being a wallflower.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Now, straight up, first thing I'm going to say here, this movie is definitely in my top 5 favorite films of this year. This is my thing with this movie. I was excited to see this. I probably really overhyped it before watching it because of all the positive reaction and reviews for it, and the fact that I was excited prior to all of this stuff, and then actually watching the movie and getting exactly what I was expecting out of the film is just a great feeling. And this movie was absolutely amazing. My goodness. Now, the thing that I really liked about this film was that it was very relatable. Like, you don't have to be in high school, but as long as you experienced high school at a certain point in your life at least, you can watch this and be like, I can totally relate what this kid's going through at a certain point. I can totally, relate to these characters, or I've known people who were like these characters, or that situation they're in. I can totally relate to that because I either witnessed it or I experienced it myself. And it's so great to see a movie that has such realism in it that you can actually sit there and be like, yeah, I can relate with what's going on the screen. And this film definitely had that in a lot of different situations. Now, the story is about this kid, Charlie, who then meets these other two people, Sam and Patrick, and they become friends. Charlie, prior to being friends with these people, is a very awkward person, a loner, somebody who just doesn't have any friends, and he makes friends with these people, and they basically bring him into their world, and you just see this story progress. And at first you think it's just this innocent story about these high school kids who are just dealing with high school issues that don't go any deeper than that. But as the story progresses, you then see that these teenagers have real, actual, deep issues, and they're issues that I personally never experienced, but just watching them go through those situations, you just think, of maybe some high school friends that you knew that may have gone through situations like this, and it brings back, some negative memories, and or it makes you feel very sympathetic towards these characters and the situation they're in. So that was very relatable in my own high school experience. Now, the other thing that I really enjoyed about this movie was Emma Watson, mainly because of her accent. Now, I'm normally used to Emma Watson with that English accent she has, or dialect, to be politically correct, or whatever's. And hearing her do an American accent was pretty funny, but in a good funny, because I really enjoyed it in the sense of that her accent was spot on. She did a really good American accent. Now, as for the romance in the movie, I have to say I really enjoyed it. I don't really want to say who gets in a romance with each other because I feel like it's a spoiler, because watching the trailer you probably know who it is, but for those who have been avoiding everything prior to watching the movie, just want to be caught off guard by it, let's just say I really enjoyed the romance for it. I was kind of afraid because at the beginning you kind of get a hint they're not going to go there, it's never going to go there, and then it kind of goes there, and then yeah. So I was really happy with the romance in this movie. It was actually really well done. Overall, this movie was really excellent. I recommend this movie to everyone. Everyone. I don't care what age you are. From what I witnessed at my screener, it seemed like everybody generally enjoyed the film. So I feel like, I strongly believe that everybody who just loves films, loves a good story, should go out and give this movie a chance, because it's a wonderful, wonderful story. It's a wonderfully made film with a bunch of wonderful actors. So, yeah, go see it. So that is all for this episode of Ship War. Goodbye, and until next time. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. On with this review, I just want to let you guys know this is a spoiler-filled review. If you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you stop the video right now. Now, Looper is a movie that was extremely extremely looking forward to, mainly because of the critics and fan reactions alike for this film. It was just so overwhelming, and that just made me so excited. Now, the two things that I kept hearing from people about this film was that it was an original story and it was a flawed